Fitz on Flix. I am Fitz and Murph.
Earth to you.
Right. Hey, this week we saw a movie about the Earth called The Day the Earth Stood Still, starring Keanu Reeves and Jennifer Connelly and some people. Murph, what's this movie about?
Alright, this movie's about a giant sphere.
And did you like it?
I will answer that question afterwards. Alright, a giant sphere comes to New York and just sits down in Central Park. And this alien comes out, walks out, and of course, the U.S. has to shoot him. And when they decide they're going to try to save the alien, they realize that he's taken on a human form, the form of Keanu Reeves, from The Matrix, of course, in Point Break. And it's basically about how, the alien is going to wipe out the human race because we have destroyed Earth, and Earth is one of the only planets that can sustain complex life forms. And it's more important to save the Earth than to save the people living on Earth.
I see what you're saying. So yeah, so we did see this movie, and I don't know where to begin. I mean, this movie could have been good. I think it could have been good because you actually get some good performances in this movie. Okay, you got Keanu Reeves actually does a really good job in this movie.
Good.
We'll get back to Keanu in a minute, but I mean, Keanu was good in this movie. Jennifer Connelly, who's always good, she was good in it.
Looks good doing it, too.
Looks real good doing it. But, it's great performances. And the movie starts out like we're going somewhere, It starts out like, wow, this could be interesting. And then it just becomes dumber and dumber and dumber. I actually, the more I think about it, the more problems I have with this movie. Do you know this morning, okay, I was up, right? I was having some breakfast this morning.
Yep.
And I'm thinking about, we're going to talk about this movie today. What do you want to talk about? I couldn't remember how it ended. I saw this movie less than 24 hours ago, and I could not remember how it ended. That's not a good sign. Well, now I remember how it ended. That's not a good sign. That's not a movie that you probably want to see. This movie had a lot of holes in it, I thought. For example, aliens, okay? These people, they can see Earth, right? And they can figure out ways to dismantle all our defense systems and whatever. They know how to speak our language. They've learned everything about us. But they didn't know we were capable of love, which comes an important part at the end of the movie. They didn't know that somehow when they were trying to learn about all of our stuff. They missed that.
Well,
how do they miss that? But they figure out everything else.
Because you're looking at it on paper. If you're not interacting with humans, you don't know that we can produce love.
But they didn't feel love. We didn't give them love. They just happened to notice. He noticed just by watching these two people, and oh look, they love each other. Well, I mean, they should have been able to see that anyway. So that was a problem. But whatever, whoever. This
was the most boring movie I've seen in at least 7 months. It was just boring. I'm waiting for something to happen. I'm fucking twiddling my fingers. I don't twiddle my thumbs. I twiddle my fingers like that. And that's what I was doing all movie. Nothing was happening.
You were just actually twiddling your thumb to your fingers.
Yeah.
This would be twiddling your fingers. This is twiddling your thumbs.
I just said that. Alright, so you know what else pissed me off about this movie is they have this, the giant sphere, which nobody knows what's going to happen, and I think they're going to try to, the government's going to try to, shoot a missile at it and stuff. This giant creature, robot type thing, comes up to protect it, and it does all types of weird stuff, makes sounds that make you cry, and it does all this crazy shit, but it looks like I took a cutout, made it really big, and just put it there. You know what? You guys can call Michael Bay. He makes fucking, these giant trucks and shit turn into robots, and it actually looks real. This is terrible.
This was not good. I mean, this is from a director. I mean, the most notable thing this guy gave us, what's his name there, this director? Scott Derrickson, I believe. Best thing, in my opinion, the best thing he'd given us is Hellraiser Inferno. Not Hellraiser, Hellraiser Inferno.
That was the best thing.
That was the best thing he gave us. Hello, Clive Barker, you could teach Scott some things. This was not a good movie. Going back to Keanu, I mean, Keanu, he was good. He played the character well.
He did.
And this goes back to just a whole... Keanu, man, there's a word for her.
Genius?
Well, there's a
in my mind.
This lynx? Is a lynx an animal that changes color, or is always different?
Yeah, it changes colors.
Okay, that has something to do with...
chameleon.
Yeah, chameleon, I was trying to say. He's not a lynx. He's a chameleon. But because he can do, sometimes, you watch him in a movie like The Matrix, Permanent Record, jeez, what else is he
Point Break?
Point Break, yeah, he's pretty good in that.
He's great.
River's Edge.
Parenthood.
River's Edge, phenomenal actor in these movies.
Mm-hmm.
Then you see him in Parenthood or in Speed, and the guy can't act his way out of the box.
Oh,
you never know what you're gonna get with Keanu, I guess what I'm saying. Which I guess actually makes him an interesting actor from movie to movie. The Gift, that's the other one. He's amazing in The Gift. He can be so good sometimes, and he can be so awful sometimes. You never know. That's interesting, I suppose. Speaking of acting, Jaden Smith?
Oh my God.
Okay, Jaden Smith, he's in The Pursuit of Happiness. He's Bill Smith's son.
Yeah, he was so good in The Pursuit of Happiness. And it's funny that you said that, because during this movie, I was replaying the Pursuit of Happiness in my head, and I'm like, you know what, I really want to see that again. That's what I was thinking about when I was watching this movie. But he was so bad.
Well, he wasn't. He was awful. And Jaden, I mean, honestly, there are rumors going on right now. Jaden Smith's actually going to play the Karate Kid in the remake of the Karate Kid. Whoever's thinking that, don't do it. This is not cool. Jaden Smith, it's like he's going to the Shia LaBeouf douche guy school of acting right now, and he is not doing good. Jaden, you live with a great actor. Your dad is a great actor. Watch some of his movies. Just say, Dad, hey, instead of throwing catch out in the backyard, how about we do lines? I don't mean lines. I mean read lines, and well, you can maybe become a great actor too.
I know, and he's still young, and I don't mean to come down hard on the guy. I mean, you are Bill Smith's son, and you're used to everybody putting you on a pedestal. But you just got to work on the craft a little bit more.
You have to try and do some Shakespeare for a while. Try
theater.
out, do some acting course. Talk to James Lipton.
Exactly.
James Lipton, he works at some school that teaches people how to act good. Go to that
Look
school.
at Josh Brolin. I mean, he had Jimmy Brolin's kid. And he worked up to become what he is now. He started in the Goonies, and then he took, had to pick and choose his roles. He did some theater, did some other stuff.
Did a lot of picking for a while, and now people are picking him. And Josh Brolin, that's exactly right. You should write a letter to Josh Brolin, stamp it, put it in the mail, and then wait by your mailbox for his return letter with advice, because Josh will give it to you, because he's just that kind of guy.
He is.
So basically, I'm saying don't see this movie though. This movie was stupid.
See this movie if you're really tired and you just want to sleep for a couple hours.
That's actually a good point.
Because nothing's happening. Nothing happens.
You know what you could do though if you're really tired and you want to sleep for a few hours?
What's that?
Save $8-10 and just stay home and go to sleep.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Forget my earlier point.
Don't see this movie if you're tired and you want to go to sleep. Do just the opposite. Stay home. And while you're home and when you wake up, get on the computer, check out fitsonflix.com, see our reviews, and Murph is wonderful as always.
Thank you, and goodbye until we see each other again.
Yeah, right, man. Sweet that. I will talk to you guys soon, and be real.